semifinal round, David. The tom-toms are blowing and pumping, and the Fargo North Spartans
have their swords out.
Another thing, Chuck Ness said tonight he's beaten Fargo. His team has beaten Fargo North twice. You're an old coach in this high school business. Now you're with the Bison Hockey Club. It's tough to beat one team 3 times in 1 year. I don't care what game you're playing.
Yeah, it is, but I think that's one thing that North is going to have to do right away is they've got to get on top so that they can break that psychological barrier right away, because they've got to get on it right away, let them know that, hey, we're not going to get beat this time. Or if they get behind, then it's, yep, look out.
All right.
Referees are Fred Halliday and Julio Chuck Whalen.
Julio Whalen is going to be here, and Halliday. Halliday's in the center there. That's the linesman. All right, Mike Markovich, Jay Ness, Brad Singh, Rick Johnson, Steve Olson, the starting lineup. We're underway. That's for Grand Forks Central. Markey, Anderson, Hawkins, Thompson, and Rosen for the Spartans, who are in dark, controlling at center ice. There's Anderson, sends one in. It's blocked by Olson. And we're coming the other way now. Rick Johnson tries. There's a shot. Look out! Another one. Beautiful save by Hank. Boy, Fargo North tried the pressure right away, and I tell you what, Grand Forks Central comes back the other way now, and Brad Singh controlling. He's ridden off by Brad Rosen. Rosen and Singh battling behind the goal. Grand Forks Central gets the goal! Right off the banner. And there
Markovich gets the goal. Singh takes the man out of the play. You're going to see Brad Singh in the corner. He takes the man out of the play. Markovich comes and picks up the puck. He carries it around and he fires it home. He couldn't get his skate to the pipe and wraps it around.
Well, there goes the string of shutouts. We were going to comment. Kurt Chafee and 7 straight shutouts, and he is a picture of dejection over there at the moment. 1-0. There's the kid. Brad Singh got the goal.
He didn't get the goal.
Well, they had him getting the goal.
He made a big play, though. He got the assist.
Yeah, he got the assist. Markovich gets the goal. 1-0 in favor of the Grand Forks Central Redskins. And here now, the Fargo North Spartans try to get back into. Chris Myers has checked off the play. And I'll tell you what, Grand Forks Central is really flying. They're being very physical. Here's Singh again, one of the outstanding players in North Dakota, ridden off the play by Elliott. Backhand shot. No, hit the pipe. They can hit the pipe. What a play. Lentz sends it back in. Here's Singh again going after it. Boy, Fargo North has run into a buzzsaw right here at the beginning. We have a face-off. 1-0 Grand Forks Central, and they are off and flying. Here's the save again. You'll see it. David?
Singh takes the backhand shot, and there's Ness. And Chafee gets a stick there, knocks it out of the play.
Great save by Chafee. We'll have a face-off now to the left of Chafee at the University of Winter Sports Building on the campus of UND. And we hope you're going to enjoy it. Got a good crowd here for this first semifinal game. Grand Forks Central controlling the play at the moment. As you see them come down. Here's Fargo North now. Circling around. Here's George Lund. Lund tries to center, and it's broken up. Here comes Grand Forks Central now, breaking out of their own zone. This is Jay Spicer. This kid can fly. That whole Spicer family, they must run up and down hills. I've never seen a family of skaters that are so quick. Little checking action along the boards now. Grand Forks Central still controlling. Comes out the point. A shot off the glass. And it's picked up again by Darren Johnson over there on the far side. Now Lentz tries to keep it in for Grand Forks Central. Fargo North having trouble breaking out of its own zone here. Here's Spicer. Spicer still controlling behind the goal. Here he is in front. Shot. Save. Spicer is a real buzzer in there. All right, Darren Johnson trying to do something. There are 3 Johnsons and 2 Olsons on Grand Forks Central. You're going to hear those names a lot tonight. All right, we have a line change and a face-off at 13:03. It's 1-0 in favor of Grand Forks Central, scored up the opening buzzer.
Well, I'll tell you, though, that goalie for Central made a big save right off the start. And what happens, they come down and they score right away. Central puts a lot of pressure in the offensive zone. They're very physical, and they work those forwards around on some pick plays, and they're very tough on that. And your wings have to help out in your defensive zone.
Myers and Spicer wind up a shot, and that one, boy, that Chafee was way out of the net. Here's Anderson now for Fargo North. Now Brad Rosen. Rosen loses it, checked off the play. In center ice, they're still battling for it. Here comes Anderson, big strong kid for Fargo North. He's ridden off the play. They try to jam up. Boy, I tell you, this is really physical now in the north zone. Now Grand Forks Central hitting all over the ice. Boy, I tell you that Rick Johnson is doing a heck of a job at the defensive spot. Grand Forks Central in white, Fargo North in dark. Here's North trying to get something, and Hank makes the save, falling on it. We'll have a face-off at 12:28 first period, 1-0 in favor of Central's Redskins. Oh boy, I tell you, I have never seen an opening 2-3 minutes with such physical contact by both teams.
Central's a very physical team, and they try to intimidate you some ways. And North has to just keep skating, keep working, keep skating, not get intimidated that way.
Myers and Spicer now in the face-off circle in the Grand Forks zone. Fargo North now out the blue line. Here's Rosen, and he was over the line, and he doesn't think so, but Chuck Whalen called the play, and we'll have another face-off.
The right call.
The old coaches never die, they say. Right call. Defend those officials. You'll never do that. 1-0 Grand Forks Central, and the draw comes to the Redskins. They'll move it around here as they come down now. That's Mike McEnroe. Here's driving in. Beautiful play that time, but ridden off on the play is Markovich. Now you see some action as Shea falls down for Fargo North. He gets up and rings the boards over there on the far side. The length of Grand Forks Central, they have a whistle. The referees are going to have their hands full on this one, and I didn't see what that was, Dave. Maybe an offside.
Trip on Grand Forks Central.
It's a penalty. Here it comes. So Fargo North with the...
You're going to see him carry the puck around. The Central is trying to get his stick in front of him. He's got one hand on his stick, and he reaches around him. You can call a hook, you can call a trip or whatever, but he got his stick right there. A good call.
All right, Fargo North with a power play here at 1 minute. Or 11:59 to go, and 2-minute penalty. Let's see how they set it up. Rosen behind the goal. Grand Forks Central penalty killers are in there, and they break it up. Nice work by Grand Forks Central, and the guy, Dave Olson, or rather Steve Olson, made the play.
Remember, Central scored that goal when they were down 2 men. Scored that 4th goal against Devils Lake, and that took the wind right out of their sails.
It's almost time for the coverage of the first round.
That was a good first round. Every game was a good game.
Markovich is in the box, of course, and here now, with 1:39 left of the penalty to Mike Markovich of Grand Forks Central, Fargo North with the power play, and Grand Forks Central's penalty killers are doing a heck of a job right now. As you see there, Grand Forks Central putting a lot of pressure on them, and at this point they can't break it up, but here they come. That's Jay Ness down there. Here's Grand Forks Central. Shot is wide. Anderson clears it off. Another shot by Hansen is no good. And Jay Ness whistles it down into the Grand Forks Fargo North defensive zone, and we'll pick it up with Brad Rosen. Rosen now. Nice ringside, rink-wide pass. Over to Robbie Hansen. Hansen winds up. Shot saved. 59 seconds left in the penalty. 10:58 to go in the period. 1-0 in favor of Grand Forks Central. Oh, we've seen some great hockey in this tournament so far. All right, they'll set it up again. Another rush now. 46 seconds left in the penalty to Grand Forks Central. Rink-wide pass off the near board. Picked up by Anderson. Anderson, nice stick handling. Falls down, tries to set it up, and making the play was Mike McEnroe. On defense, it comes back again. And again, Grand Forks Central's penalty killers doing a heck of a job. Steinmetz, Spicer, McEnroe, Olson, and Lentz. Grand Forks Central now on defense. McEnroe puts the check on Rob Hansen. Puck is still loose out there in the zone. 15 seconds left to go in the power play. It looks like Grand Forks Central is going to skate it off. Fargo North now. Robbie Hansen at the blue line for the Spartans. Intercepted by Steinmetz. He's had a great series so far. Steinmetz ridden off the play by Lund, and Fargo North picks it up. Both teams at full strength at 9:57. Puck goes back in, and they have a line change for Fargo North. Lentz trying to dig it out for Grand Forks Central to Steinmetz. He doesn't get it, and we have a whistle timeout on the ice. Let's take a break. 1-0. Grand Forks Central over Fargo North first period.
North Dakota is special country, and it took a special kind of people to carve out a life here. Hard-working people who saw the beauty and promise of North Dakota. For over 100 years, North Dakota's banks have helped fulfill that promise. And with each passing year, North Dakota becomes an even better place to live and raise our families. You and your full-service North Dakota banks. Together, we're building a better tomorrow for all of us.
Here we go, ready to go with a face-off to the right of Haig, the Grand Forks Central goalie. We got Myers and Spicer in there. Action Actually, it's Phil Marin in there, the third line for Grand Forks Central. Here's Steve Olson trying to break out for Grand Forks Central, and Fargo North controls at center ice. Bang and Steve Olson, and it's picked up by Wade Olson. I mentioned we got a lot of Olsons in this thing. Here's Steve Olson now. Steve Olson over the center ice, cleared off, picked up by Fargo North's Ross Horner. And they're just kind of playing catch. And here's Fargo North now putting some pressure on. Good play as they shoot it into the zone of Grand Forks Central. Let's see how Central tries to come out of here now. Fargo North putting a little pressure on them now. A little forechecking as you see down there. Lebo, London, A-stripper in there. Shot! Oh! Lebo!
Pass from Myers.
Just like a rifle. As we said, Grand Forks Central having trouble getting it out. Here's the replay.
Puck by the boards. Myers is going to get it. He'll pass to Lebo, and Lebo takes a real quick shot, catches the wide corner, and goaltender might not have been ready right away. By the side boards, you don't expect a lot of shots from there, but with the Central goaltending, it's been questionable during the year. You can bet the Spartans are going to be shooting from all over from the locker room.
Well, Wayne Eklund and the Fargo North Spartans are celebrating over there on the bench. We have a 1-1 game. Hang on. This is going to be kind of fun. 8:52 left in the period. 1-1 game. Here's Fargo North putting pressure on again. Shot, save, kick save by Haig that time. Robbie Hansen pumped it in. Hansen in there forechecking, and Grand Forks Central fighting for its life right now. Grand Forks Central trying to dig it out. Fargo North putting the pressure on. Here's Myers. Myers to Hansen. Hansen shot partially blocked. Nice defensive play there by Mike McEnroe. Out in front of the slot. Nobody there. They're really putting the pressure on now. There's a shot turned aside. 1-1 hockey game, first period, and I tell you what, she's noisy here in the Grand Forks arena. Here's Shea now. Shea over to Brad Rosen, the defense with center ice. Intercepted by McEnroe. McEnroe winds up, shot, saved by Chafee. Rebound cleared off by Fargo North. And we tried, you see the pressure being put on by Markovich now as Grand Forks Central trying to forecheck a little bit, but here comes Fargo North. Nice skating, nice rink-wide pass. They shoot it in. We got a line change for the Spartans. Bouncing around, Markovich picks it up for the Grand Forks Central Redskins. 1-1, 7:44 to go. First period. We're tied. First period, and we'll have an icing call. Tied at 1. We'll take a break. 7:38 to go. First period. We'll be back.
Well, this year there's something different to say about Sylvania Superset.
Really? 19-inch Sylvania Superset didn't beat Sony again?
Well, no. You see, this year instead of the 19, we tested the new 20-inch Sylvania Superset.
20-inch?
Yes, and when we asked over 1,000 people which 20-inch had the best overall color picture, more chose the Sylvania Superset over RCA and Zenith and Sony, too.
Bill's Video and TV, Jerome Pickle and Sons, and Central Appliance.
All right, 1-1 tie here early in the first period, 7:38 to go. And I'll tell you what, these two teams are really at each other. Great hockey game so far. Spicer now. Anderson of Fargo North clears it out. Spicer's got it for Grand Forks Central. Headlands it, but right into center ice where it's intercepted by Fargo North. All right, and we have a whistle. Looks like an offside on the play.
Steinmetz just went down to the Grand Forks Central locker room. That'll be a big blow if he's not around.
I didn't see what happened to him, did you?
No, I did not either. He's been hot for Grand Forks lately.
Who is skating in his place? We got Spicer, Darren Johnson, and that line just went off. So we have a Kwiatkowski's in there, and also Chad Johnson. So it's that third line for Grand Forks Central. And it looks now as though Fargo North has changed. They've got their third line in too, George Lund line. Okay, picked off by Steve Olson. Here comes Grand Forks Central now. Rink-wide pass to the SWAT kid, Swatlowski. And he's ridden off in a great defensive play by Horner of Fargo North. Comes out to the point. Winding up, taking the shot is Olson. That's wide. Kind of rushed it, and they clear it off to center ice. Chasing it down is Steve Olson for Grand Forks Central now. Olson at center ice. Batted around a little bit. And now headman pass. Grand Forks Central. Caldas is written off the play. And Fargo North now will try and clear it out, but Grand Forks Central putting the pressure on. Trying to center out to the point. It comes out to the point. Mike McEnroe keeps it in. And North is having trouble clearing it out right now, Dave. All Central furiously forechecking. We have a 1-1 game, first period. North Dakota State High School hockey tournament. Here come the Spartans now. Boys are getting a little tired. We get line change on the fly. And Fargo North now moving it around. Chris Thompson is in there. And Chafee will fall on the puck with 6:07 to go.
Time to regroup.
Time to regroup is right.
Central's so tough by the board. Really tough.
All right, 1-1 hockey game. 6 minutes and 7 seconds to go. We have a face-off to the right of Chafee in the north zone. And we'll see what happens here. Chris Myers and Jay Ness. And it comes out to Fargo North. Ness falls down, but Central holds it in. Now North trying to clear it out at the moment. That's Baker. Baker can't. Now the centering pass. Still loose in the slot. Cleared off by Fargo North, but Grand Forks Central controls at center ice. And the Redskins keep it in. Jay Ness now. No relation to the coach. Centering pass. Beautiful save. Bang, bang play. And Chafee fought it off with his stick. Still a 1-1 game. First period. 5:34 to go. Excellent hockey. Both teams are really going at each other. Here's a windup by Singh. Save off the glass. Bad save that time, and it bounced off the glass. They bounced at each other on the far boards. Here's Fargo North controlling now. The Spartans are winding up. Rosen. Easy save by Hegg. And we have a line change at 5:15. The score tied at 1-1. There's a look at the Grand Forks goalie.
North now has tough time breaking it out. Central's putting real good pressure in the offensive zone. Gonna have to do a better job, or Central's gonna pop some in. Chafee can't be stopping to have any shots.
Yeah, now the contrast here, last night Grand Forks Central played just excellent defense, and tonight they're really not quite with it defensively, I think.
No.
All right, the face-off, the draw comes to Grand Forks Central. Here they come, 2-on-1. Beautiful defense that time, and we have a whistle. Boy, what a defensive play Chris Thompson made that time, David. And you see that the cage came off. Here it is.
Player's coming down the ice. I don't know if he knew that he had anybody with him. It was kind of a 2-on-1, but he went to his backhand. And number 19, Chris Thompson, senior, made the stop.
That was Wade Olson. And I mean, he's got great speed. And he's playing the fourth line. So that could be something. We haven't seen a fourth line from Fargo North. Wind up a shot. Way wide. Comes out the point. As you see there, Dave Olson tries to take a shot. Dave Olson now. Wind up shot. Save. Here comes Fargo North. They got a 2-on-1. 2-on-1 for the Spartans. Oh, what a save! Rebound! Score! Score! It is a score. Rebound to the score. The Spartans lead. Here it comes again. 2-1 North.
Defense lose control of puck. They come down. Chad Hawkins down left side. Eric Anderson's going to go. The goalie's going to make the first save. Nice save by the goaltender. Rebound's going to lay there. And Jim Markey followed up the play. Rams it over on his backhand side.
Markey, the hero of the hour for the moment for Fargo North, who have shocked Grand Forks Central here by a score of 2-1 with 4:41 to go in the period. Whoa, there it is again. You can see just a little sweeping motion, and sophomore wing Tim Markey comes from a long line of hockey folks.
You bet. You bet.
From that's Pete Markey's grandson. And if you all know, been around Fargo a long time, you know Pete Markey, the old Fargo Blazer. And I'll bet Pete's just busting his button somewhere in Fargo tonight.
No, he's up here.
Oh, he's up here, okay. All right, we have a whistle now. 2-1, Fargo North. 4.5 minutes to go in what has been a wild first period.
Good hockey game. Up and down the ice. Central, you know, I thought they were dominating for a little while there, but North comes down to scores. You know, the great thing about hockey being a goaltender, you really depend, live and die on your goaltender an awful lot.
4.5 minutes to go here. The face-off to the right of Haig comes out. Palmas goes after it. So does Chris Shea. And it's picked off by Grand Forks Central Jared Haney, who's in for the first time tonight. As you see, both teams going at each other. Chad Johnson for the Grand Forks Central Redskins. His brother plays for the Sioux. The great start for Grand Forks Central. Haney tries to clear it out. Here comes Grand Forks Central now. Coming down is Caldas. And I think there was an offside on the play. Now bring it back. 2-1. to go here in the first period. North, now, team with all kinds of surprises, out in front by a goal.
This is the line to stop for Grand Forks Central. This Singh and Markovich and Ness. This is a very good line. This sophomore Jay Ness is a kid with a bright future ahead of him. And the other line now is Steinmetz out. I don't know. He missed his shift the last time. They had somebody replace him.
Yeah, is he back in? I haven't seen him up on the bench.
Well, neither have I.
Okay, McEnroe pumps it in, and there was a whistle and another offside. We'll have another face-off. 2-1 in favor of Fargo North. We hope you're enjoying the hockey tournament. We have another game to follow. Jamestown and Red River, and if you don't think those Blue Jays are excited, first time ever they've been in the semifinals. Here's a good look at Kurt Chafee. This kid Chafee, by the way, very superstitious. Puts his gear in the bag to come to a tournament a certain way. Puts on the whole football pants. He's really an interesting kid.
Goalies,
Yeah, I'm working with a goalie. I know what they're like. Old David was a goalie, as we've told you many times. Singh knocked off the play as he tried his shot. Good defense by the Spartans. And there you see Mr. Chafee. He's been wearing an...
Doing very well. An alternate captain.
Yep. I didn't think they gave goalies that much responsibility.
Coaches don't.
3:44 to go. North with the lead, 2-1, first period. All right, Markovich rides Baker into the boards, and they try and center it out to McEnroe. Nice pass, quick shot. Jam up in front of the goal, saved, intercepted picked off here by Fargo North. And here come the Spartans now. Hawkins loses the puck. We're coming the other way. This is Brad Singh. Wind up, shot, whoa, off the glass. Singh is so strong. He's got 29 points. Here comes one-on-one. Beautiful defense, and Haig sweeps it aside. Fargo North had a golden opportunity as Eric Anderson tried to do something. We're coming the other way now. Boy, this is really hockey. Ness, wind up, shot by him, and a save by Chafee. We come back the other way, and there'll be icing all the way down. Both teams will take a line change with 2:56 to go. This is the way the game is supposed to be played, David.
Up and down. Very exciting game.
Did you think it'd be this wide open this early?
No, I was really surprised.
Yeah.
But you see that Central's a good skating team also with being a very physical team. And one thing North can do, they can skate. They can definitely skate. And it's going to be interesting to see how this whole game's ends. This is going to be a great game. Excellent hockey game.
Well, if you really are an expert, you go to the edge has to go to North a little bit because of the goaltender. But this Haig makes the big plays when he has to.
You can't fault him for that second goal.
Oh, no. Absolutely. He was just overwhelmed there. All right, the draw comes to Fargo North. But Grand Forks Central, Spicer has it. Run in front. Loose puck. And it's cleared off at the last minute. Fargo North now tries to get it out of its own zone, and they do. Grand Forks Central controls at center ice. Here comes Spicer again. Winds up, shot, partially blocked. Good defense by Elliott there at Fargo North, and they control it behind the North goal. Lots of excitement as it comes back out of the point. That's Olsen, Steve Olsen. He tries to get rid of it. Jammed up against the boards. And you see here, Grand Forks Central controlling his own blue line. Picking up is Steve Olsen. Steve Olsen ridden off. Nice poke check by North. Robbie Hansen tries to hit Myers. Myers controls for Fargo North, loses it. Now it is picked up again by Fargo North, and that's Brad Baker. His shot goes behind the goal. We have 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the first period. 2-1, we have a whistle. Fargo North out in front, we have a line change.
North could take a little bit more chances with a goaltender like Chafee in there, and they could be a little bit more wide open, which they are, where Central has to be very concerned about coming back on defense and covering up for rebounds or that good perimeter shot in the slot. They can't afford to give that up, and they've been giving that up. That second goal, there was a lack of a back check. That's how they got the goal, and they're behind 2-1.
All right. We have George Lund now against Phil Marin. Controlled. Rosen shot and a glove save. Oh, did he whip that ball? He whipped that, almost said ball. He whipped that puck in there, and I tell you, just like a big first baseman, Haig made the stop. Here it is.
Brad Rosen, the draw goes back to him, tees it up. He's been playing for a couple of years. He's one of their alternate captains this year. Lets that shot go, and Haig makes a nice glove save.
All right, back in action live now. 1:52 to go. North putting the pressure on. Grand Forks Central at 149, leading 2-1. North still with it. Rosen holds it in. Goes behind the cage. Picked up by lengths of Grand Forks Central. Trying to freeze it against the board. We'll have a whistle in the face-off with 1:38 to go. 2-1. Fargo North, first period. And I'll tell you, this is really exciting. Somebody said to me, you left Phoenix, Arizona to come back here? I said, I almost walked to come back. No, I didn't walk. I'd almost walked to come back for a hockey tournament. This is a great sport. Remember, this is where you'll see all the excitement of the Class A and Class B basketball tournaments in North Dakota. Yours truly, Russ Smith, Tom Coyne, all the guys will be there too. In Fargo and the beautiful city of Minot. All right, nice easy save by Haig. You know, this Haig is an interesting story. 280 pounds or so. A couple of years ago, he slimmed down, reads all the bad press on how bad he is, and as Chuck Ness says, he just gives you 130% every game. You can't fault him for that. He's the best I got, and he's doing a heck of a job. All right, Eric Anderson, easy save by Haig. Listen, I know a lot about bad mouthing. A lot of guys have bad mouthed me over the years, David. Just, yeah.
This Haig, he's been doing a good job.
Yep.
You know, the last time that they had a goaltender for Fargo North, there was an alternate captain, or a captain was Bill By.
Played for you.
That's right. Billy was the MVP.
Got you a championship.
Yep.
What a great kid he is. He's still playing for you in the Bison hockey team?
Nice family, boy.
Bill By, you bet. All right, here they come. Grand Forks Central. Jay Ness across the blue line. Ness fires, partially blocked. Good play by Rosen. 1:10 to go here in the first period. North leading by 2-1, but Central putting the pressure on right now. Olsen tries to stop it. Olsen has it for Grand Forks Central. Tries to center it. Doesn't do much with it. Now comes back out to Markovich. Markovich playing at a defensive spot now. He's been alternating at wing and defense. Shoots it back in. Fargo North Shea tries to clear it out. Can't. Here's Markovich out in front. Oh, great save again by Chafee. Another shot. Partially blocked by the defensive unit. Here comes Fargo North. It's held in that time by Haney. Grand Forks Central. Here's Markovich trying to break the defense, separate it, but he didn't. End of first period. Warroad 1, Moorhead 1. Section 8. How about that?
It's going to be a very interesting game because Moorhead and Warroad are very similar teams.
You're watching on the facilities of the KX Network. This is the North Dakota State High School Hockey Tournament, and we have a momentary timeout as you look at the Grand Forks Central bench, and I don't know exactly, did somebody call a timeout?
I think North's getting called for having too many men on the ice.
Oh, my. How does that happen, David?
Well, what happens is you got a guy he has the puck by the board, and he's by the